that didn't go very well. That was meant to look seamless, but it didn't. But anyway, guys, welcome to my latest video on the C5. If you can tell, I'm just a little bit excited, hence the leap, about what I've done to my car. You can see I've just been cleaning it because my hands are disgusting. I now look like I've jumped for a bush, which I have, and I'm going to show you what I have done to my C5 in about a month or just over of owning it. Guys, this car has already been transformed. Genuinely, I'm so excited to show you this. It looks pucker. So guys, if you've been watching my series so far on the C5, you know all I've done is shown you about it and what it was like when I got it. Now, if you cannot remember, I'm going to put a video over this now, or a photo, whatever works now, and that is going to show you exactly what my C5 looked like when I bought it. Now, the biggest change we've made so far in the very short amount of time is the wheels. Now, the wheels literally went on this weekend just gone, and I have actually driven them and used them to go to London over the weekend. So I've done 500 miles on those rims slash tyres, so they've done the job good. They've worn themselves in and they're sat looking amazing. So guys, I wanted to get rid of those dusty old 17s, which I must admit were very comfortable, and put something on there that was going to stand out a little bit better and actually really blend in with the design of the car. Now, the rims cost me £350, powder coated, and then the tyres cost me about 300 or so as well. So I'm going to run you through the tyres, I'm going to run you through the fitment and the setup as it is so far, and I'm going to show you how I've transformed the look of this C5 here to what it is now. So guys, here is the C5 literally a month later. Now we're going to stand and look at the side profile, and I'm going to let you know what is going on. So originally we had a set of 17 OEM 17s on the car, and they were sat on a 55 profile tyre. What we've now done is we've switched from that to a 19-inch rim. Now this is actually the rims, or the rim set that was actually fitted to the exclusive versions like this as a factory option. So they're actually made for and designed for the car. So they are OEM plus if you want to call it that, but they are just an OEM wheel. But they've been painted, they're normally diamond cut, they've been painted in a lovely gloss black, and they've been fitted with a set of 235 45 19s, and these are a set of Celery PH1Rs. Now obviously, because I was faced with buying 4 new tyres, I didn't have the world's largest budget, having just spent that money on rims alone, but obviously we have got lovely fresh tyres wrapped around. The PH1Rs are a very reasonable budget, fairly semi-decent all-round tyre. Not a race car, I must admit, and if you bought this car you would know you don't buy this car to rag and race around. It's just not the car for it, but it has been a great transition. So we'll walk up close and we'll show you the fitment. So as mine is the 2 litre, it only comes with what I think is about 300mm worth of disc, so I might look in future reference to upgrade to the 330mm discs and twin pot calipers on the front, which come off of the 3 litres, just to sort of spice the looks of that up. But look at this fitment, man. Now obviously this is sat in the low setting, and of course you can't drive around like this, which is a bit of a shame, but it does look really decent. And all it really needs to finish off the front end is to jump up on the spacer size. So on the front here we are running a 15mm spacer, and that is the fitment. Now what I would obviously recommend to do if you wanted to get that perfect, which is what I'm going to do of course, is I'm going to now put a 20mm on the front, and obviously you're going to guess what I'm going to say on the rear in a moment as well. So I'm going to be looking to get a 20 done on this to make the fitment bang on, and it just looks great. Now overall ride quality hasn't really dissipated, it's still very good. You do feel hard bumps a little bit more, but it really isn't that much, or isn't as much as what people say online at all. And here is the rear, so that is set on a 20mm spacer, and ideally it would need to come out onto a 25mm to have the best fitment possible for this setup. As you can tell, I mean, the car itself looks absolutely amazing on this setup. Now obviously you're asking, what else have you done, Lewis? Now I haven't done too much in this time, but I have done what I can. Now if you probably haven't noticed, there's little bits of chrome and little bits of black. So as we come around to the front, you'll see that I've completely repainted the centre grills in a lovely fresh gloss black. It just brings the front end up really nicely. Now, headlights are being changed in the future to facelift ones with a nice little DRL strip. But as it stands, that's what I've done to the front end, is refreshen it up just a little bit. As we come down the side, you'll see the lower chrome strips, bumper, rear bumper and doors, have all been de-chromed. Now, I did that to go along with the black wheels, which I think looks really good, and it just blends the mixture of silver, chrome and black really nicely together. So we've got the black on the indicator, we've got the tinted windows, we've got the chrome strips on the door handles, we've got the chrome strip that I do need to really tidy up on the doors here. If anyone can recommend how to give this a re-shine, I would love to know. I would really love to know, because it just ruins the look of the car. Look at the state of that. Got a bit of moss as well. But look at the state of that. That needs sorting out. And obviously, as we come down the side again, we've got the black. I've done the lower rear diffuser and the rear quarters. And on top of that, we've done the semi-D badge with the Citroen badge blacked out and the exclusive badge left on in black, which I must admit looks very nice. So I've ended up coming to a prime learning car hotspot, so if someone rams into my car during the video, that might just happen. And as you can see, it goes nice with the window tints down the back of the car, and the car just sits really nice. I think I've done a very good balance. Now, obviously comment in the comments below what you reckon. Is it too much black? Have I left too much chrome? Should I have left it all chrome and just had black wheels? I don't know. I think it looks decent. Obviously, you've got my silver wheel nuts coming through the centre. And I will admit to you, I am due to paint the calipers, but I haven't decided what colour just yet, because they're 50 shades of rust and silver, so obviously I want to get those tidied up and looking better. Now, in terms of the rest of the car, you can obviously see I've done wind deflectors. What you can't really see so much is I have now got LEDs throughout the front, rear and the interior. And I also have got a back box delete, but genuinely, when you do a delete on one of these cars, you literally cannot hear anything. So I'm not even going to sit here and try and rev it up so you can hear it. But all I am going to say is the C5 is in for a bit of love in the next couple of weeks. So we are doing a rolling road video along with modifications and a remap. So you're going to see a little bit of a performance orientated video for this car, which is going to be pretty tremendous. But guys, that is really all I can say so far about the update on Clive, my French C5. Doesn't that sound so swish? And what I must say is, what have I had to actually do to this car since I've bought it? So I've had it a month, and I haven't had to do a lot. So one thing I have noticed on these cars, it might be a precaution for everyone to try and check these, or when they first buy one, or if they own one currently, is to check all of your anti-roll bars, bushings and drop links, because I've had two cars now. The 407 had the same suspension setup as the C5, and the rear drop links more than the front were absolutely destroyed. But I've actually got under this car and had a look, and although it's very faultless, the front drop links I have replaced because one was knackered, but also my front anti-roll bar bushes are both pretty dead. On the rear, the anti-roll bar bushes are pretty dead, not knocking, but they're all very cracked and perished, and the rear anti-roll bars on the back as well are not very good. So I had to admit, I have replaced the front drop links, but I have got all those bushes to do at some point in time. They're not an urgent thing, but they do need doing. I'm trying to think what else I've had to do. I've had to replace a mirror. So I finally got a body coloured matching door mirror on this side. The passenger one was a bit bashed up when I bought it. And I also had to drill a hole into the back rear driver's side light because it was full of water. So in due course I need to buy a replacement rear unit, as the LEDs in here have weakened because of the water. So I do need to get myself a nice rear quarter light here, and I'll probably do the same with this one here as well, because it's got some weird like things going on with it. No, it doesn't leak, it's just got like a weird like, don't know what that is on it. So I mean, that's probably about it, you know. I can't think of anything else I've had to do. I'm just trying to think. Oh yeah, when I bought it, it was going into limp mode when I was going fast on the motorway, for example, or pulling off. And I looked through the paperwork and realised that I hadn't, or the previous owners basically hadn't replaced the fuel filter. So I have indeed done the fuel filter, and that stopped that issue. and I've also had to replace the panel filter, because I'll tell you what, I'll insert a clip now. I've never seen something like it in my life. I'm telling you, this car's got 5 years worth of history from the previous owner, and it appears to never have had a panel filter done in 5 years. Look at this video that's on here now. It is disgusting. I literally pulled out a bird's nest from the inside of there, so it was pretty bad. But guys, yeah, I haven't really got anything to do. The only issue I actually have at the moment, it's not an issue, but it's obviously going to lead up to something potentially, is I have got a sort of sporadic knocking noise from the front passenger side. Now, it sounds like a drop link, but it's not, because I've replaced them. But it's only sort of when the car is on steering, you know, steering in or steering out, you hear it knocking, reverberating. When the wheels are straight, you don't really hear it so much, but when you're sort of on an angle, you can hear it knocking quite a bit. So there must be some sort of bush or ball joint gone, but I've had a look under there multiple times and I can't see anything obvious, which is rather frustrating. But obviously whatever that is, I will have to get sorted at some point. But yeah, it's been great, and I'm sorry that I've blabbered on for almost 10 minutes, but at least you can see that the C5 is on its way to being an absolute gem. And I must admit also, you're still seeing the key mark down the side. That's actually booked in for some point in August, so they are going to sort out this, which I'm sure you've seen in my first video. You might not be able to see it too well because it has been polished out a little bit, but they're going to sort this lovely stripe down this side of my car, and then round on this side they are going to do this here as well, which looks like someone's basically just tried to slice into the wing. I mean, I don't even know what that even is, but yeah, so that's all going to be done, and then really that will just finish off this car and tidy it up. So guys, there it is. I will do an up-to-date video about the car, why you should buy one, specs, all that sort of thing, and I will do a review in due course. But guys, please be ready to wait and watch, because in a couple of weeks time you guys are going to get to see the remap and modification video as well, which is going to be exciting. So guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next upload. Like I said, drop a comment below and let me know what you're thinking about the car. Are you liking what I've done? Have I ruined it? What's your thoughts? You tell me. So guys, I'm going to get back in the car and get going out of here. So I'll see you all very soon.